Welcome to the Twist News. I'm Erika Grey. There's a lot of fear around Russia, and there's a lot of fear that's presented in the media. And you hear various experts within the U.S. military talking about Russia aggression. You hear countries in Europe fearing that Russia's coming for their country next. So I want to talk about this idea of Russia aggression and also of this fear. There is an old saying that if you look at a person's actions or you look at the actions, you read the actions, but you don't read what a person says. That's actually in the scriptures. If you look at Russia's actions, there's a lot going on with border countries, such as Ukraine, and countries that are voicing desire to have alliances with NATO. So you begin to see a pattern of Russia protecting its interests. As far as Russian imperialism, there's no evidence that Russia is going to be going into any of these other nations. It seems that Russia is just defending its own borders from NATO missiles facing it. And the other is, Vladimir Putin is a monster and he is war hungry. There's no evidence of that either. He's been in power over 20-something years. Where has Russia attempted to conquer the world? If he hasn't attempted to conquer the world yet, he's not going to. As a matter of fact, Putin is the most Western thinking president probably in Russia's history. The Moscow Stock Exchange formed in about 2015. Putin was looking for economic agreements with many nations, and he was always poo-pooed because of this campaign that was launched in part by the United States in about 2016 that completely vilified Vladimir Putin and vilified Russia. And so now, because of the proxy war that's being fought on the part of the West against Russia in Ukraine, now we have the BRICS nations. You have Russia that's teamed with China, and the world literally being divided. The next question is going to be, what is the impact on the world currency situation that the BRICS currency is going to have? This is still an unknown. The Eurozone is working towards strengthening the euro, and the dollar, the U.S. is doing nothing but more spending and racking up the deficit. The BRICS currency is forming and stated to be a real threat to the US dollar. As far as the timeline of that threat, they're working very hard and very fast. So we're going to have some tectonic shifts that are going to be coming down the pike, and I will be reporting those on this channel. So back to this idea of Russian imperialism and Russia conquering the world. If Vladimir Putin hasn't attempted yet, I doubt he's going to go much further what we're seeing in Ukraine. And he's facing a big enough bear in Ukraine because the NATO nations are essentially fortifying Ukraine and arming it against Russia. Well, that's been it for today's Twist News. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and stay tuned for more.